At the very beginning, I thought it was a common dispute on the subway again, until the man's teeth bit into the girl's neck. Damn it, this guy drank too much right. A little brother wearing headphones next to him raised his phone. The camera was aimed at the location of the incident. Snapshot. This can be on the hot search. His girlfriend stood on tiptoe. I want to see it more clearly. Bitten girl screamed, but in a noisy carriage. The sound was quickly drowned out. Most people are still looking down at their phones. Only a few people who were close began to commotion. Crazy. An ant smashed the biting man with a bag. What about security? What about subway security? I slipped through the gaps in the crowd, seeing that the man was still in a biting position. He was wearing a crumpled white shirt, like an ordinary office worker. But his eyes, I will never forget those eyes in my life. Dilated pupils. The whites of his eyes were bloodshot, like a dead fish eye. Pull him away. Finally, a strong man rushed up, want to drag the biting man away. The moment his hand touched the shoulder of the man in the white shirt, an anomaly occurred. The bitten girl suddenly stopped choosing. Her body began to twitch violently. The limbs twist at an angle that violates the structure of the human body. Sound of bones rubbing makes the scalp tingle. What's wrong with her? The voice of the little brother who took the video began to be released. The girl's convulsions stopped. She looked up. Dead fish eyes exactly like that man. The next second, she pounced on the aunt closest to her. The carriage is completely fried. Run! Open the door. Let me out. The crowd flocked to both sides like a flood. With open floodgates, I was squeezed against the car door. The ribs are almost broken. The couple next to them had already been dispersed by the crowd. The girl's screams sounded somewhere. Then the summer suddenly stopped. The glass is full of handprints and haha. Someone is pounding the emergency door opening button. But the subway is still speeding through the tunnel. The door simply won't open. I tried to turn my head. I want to see the situation in the carriage clearly. It sucks. Those two infected people. I don't know what to call them. Let's call the infected for the time being. The passenger who was biting the fallen passenger. Blood splattered on the walls of the white carriage. Like some kind of modern art. What's even more terrifying, the bitten person quickly turns into a new infected person. Run to the back carriage. Someone shouted. This sentence is like some kind of signal. Everyone began to frantically squeeze towards the carriage connection. Pushing, stamping, screaming. An old man was pushed down. It was stepped on by countless feet in an instant. His reading glasses shattered. The lens pierces the cheek. But no one stopped to help him, including me. The instinct to survive overwhelms everything. I was wrapped in a crowd. Squeezed through the first connecting door. I stepped on something soft under my feet. When I looked down, it was a pink plush toy. There is also a small school bag from Hello Kitty next to IT. I don't dare to think about where its owner is. The situation in the second car is slightly better. But panic has spread like a virus. Someone is crying. Someone is calling. Someone is smashing the window like crazy. Mother, I had an accident on the subway. A female white-collar worker cried and shouted on the phone. Someone goes crazy and bites many people. 110. I want to call the police. Metro line 10 to the west. Someone attacked the passenger. What? You say slow down. I'm going to die, you. Let me speak slowly. I pulled out my phone. Only 12% of the battery remains. Signals come and go. The WeChat sent out shows a small circle. The sound of glass shattering came from behind him. The infected caught up. Keep running backwards. He continued to flee. Escape from the second carriage to the third car. Escape from the third to the fourth. Every time I pass through a door, there are people left behind. There were new screams. The subway radio suddenly rang. Attention passengers. Due to emergencies. The train will temporarily stop at the station ahead. Please stay calm. Stay calm. What are you kidding? Final drive. We escaped to the last carriage. There is no way out. Lock the door. A man with glasses snatched someone else's suitcase, lying in the aisle, but outside the glass door. There were also 7 or 8 people slapping wildly. Open the door. They're catching up. My kids are still inside. The people in the carriage fell into a terrible silence. Let them in. A young girl stepped forward. She wears a ponytail. The face is pale, but the eyes are determined. They are living people, not those monsters. Fart. The man with glasses blocking the door roared. Who knows if they have been bitten? Put in an infected one. We're all done. That can't be done without help. Our Lady of the Virgin. If you want to save people, go out and save yourself. The noise of the zither is getting louder and louder. The sound of slapping outside the door became more and more urgent. I saw a woman outside the door holding a child in her arms. The child has passed out. I don't know if it's dead or alive. The woman's eyes were full of despair. Damn it. I think of the Hello Kitty school bag that Gongo stepped on. We should at least be. I just spoke. I was glared at by the man with glasses. Gossip. You want to be a hero, right? He pointed out the door. See clearly. There are already infected people over there. Several figures appeared in the distance of the passage. Stiff movements. The clothes were full of blood. The people outside the door are even more crazy. Someone started banging their heads against the glass. Please, I don't want to die. Help me. The man with glasses sneered. Now you know to beg us. Why didn't you wait for others when you ran? At this moment, the woman outside the door suddenly stopped moving. She lowered her head. Look at your own arm. The sleeve was torn, revealing a clear row of tooth marks. No. Her voice was trembling. Others subconsciously moved away from her. The woman looked up. Despair in his eyes deepened. I was bitten. Someone in the carriage gasped. See? The man with glasses had a hint of pride in his voice. I said I couldn't open the door. The woman looked at the child in her arms. Tears fell in big chunks. She lifted the child up. Stick to the glass door, please. Save my child. He was not bitten. The child woke up. Wow, crying. The ponytail girl rushes to the car door. Give me the child. You're crazy. The man with glasses grabbed her. The two scuffled. Take advantage of the chaos. A young man opened the door a little late. That's the gap. Revolutionized everything. The people outside the door squeezed in like crazy. The woman desperately tried to stuff the child in and others want to squeeze in to save their lives. Close the door. Scene was completely out of control. Someone squeezed in. Someone was caught in the middle of the door. The woman holding the child was squeezed down. The child flew out of her hands. Fell heavily to the ground. The child's crying stopped. The infected caught up. Heart-wrenching screams rang out outside the door. Blood splattered on the glass door. It flows into the carriage along the door crack. He pushed the door desperately. His hands were full of blood. I can't tell who it is. I know dry. The door is closed. Only the infected were left wandering outside the door. Occasionally throw yourself on the glass. Leave a bloody handprint. There was a dead silence in the carriage. The people who are still making noise in the gang go. Now they are all slumped on the ground. Ponytail girl hugging her knees. Hair all over the body. The man with glasses leaned in the corner, kept wiping his bloody hands. It's all your fault, someone whispered. No one answered, because everyone knows. In the case of Congo, each of us is a hand. We're also victims. The subway is still opening. I don't know where to drive. The signal lights in the carriage flashed. It's like a countdown. I took out my phone. 5% of the battery remains. Open veg hot. Sent a message to my mother. I probably won't be able to go back. The message says, sent, but there's been no reply. Someone next to me was sobbing. Someone is praying. Someone is calling their family. Hello, wife. Can you hear me? A bald, middle-aged man shouted into his phone. I love you. Remember, I love you and the kids. Hello? Shitty. The phone was cut off. He looked at his phone with a black screen. The shoulders moved violently. I opened Weibo. I want to see what's going on outside. Hot search, no one. There was a biting incident in the Beijing subway. Click in. It's all live video. It's not just our ride. It seems that something has happened to the entire subway system. The comment section is already crazy. This is a zombie ride. No kidding. How can there be a bereaved family? My friend is on line 3. Has been lost. Everyone go home quickly. The road is full of madmen. Phone runs out of battery. The screen went black. The subway began to slow down at the end. Next stop. International Trade Station. The familiar sound of the station sounded, but this time it sounded particularly kneeling. The car slowly stopped. The door opened. There was chaos on the platform. Don't go out. The man with glasses shouted, but it was too late. Car door opened. The people in the carriage rushed out like a flood of bursting embankments. I was pushed by the flow of people and stumbled out of the car. The sight on the platform stunned me. Is this still the International Trade Station where I commute to and from work every day? The ground is littered with discarded bags, shoes, and takeaway boxes. The vending machine was knocked down. Drinks and wine all over the place. On the wall, on the ground, there was blood everywhere. What's even more terrifying, there are many infected people wandering around the platform. They move stiffly, walking aimlessly on the platform like a marionette. As soon as I saw someone coming out of the carriage, immediately pounced like a shark smelling blood. Run. Run to the exit. The crowd was once again thrown into chaos. I ran desperately in the direction of the security checkpoint. Slip under your feet. I stepped on something sticky. Almost fell. Looked down. It was a puddle of semi-coagulated blood. I can't think of it. I can't watch it. Can only run. The stairs are full of people. Someone fell. The humanity behind stepped on it. Someone wants to pull up the fallen person. As a result, he was also slender. Screams, crying, and cursing mixed together. I saw the ponytail girl being squeezed into the middle of the crowd. The face was pale. His eyes were scattered. The person next to her pushed her. She followed a few steps. I was about to fall. Ghost makes the gods bad. I reached out and pulled her. Thank God. Thank you. Her voice was so small that it was almost inaudible. Don't talk. Follow me. I took her hand. Climb up the edge of the stairs. Palms of his hands were full of sweat. It slipped so much that I couldn't hold it easily. A scream came from behind him. Infected people caught up. Quick. Hurry up. Finally, he crawled to the ground. International Trade Center nights are usually brightly lit, but today's different. Several cars crashed into each other. One of them was still smoking. The streetlights flicker on and off. It seems to go out at any time. Sirens and screams were heard in the distance. There were also explosions. The whole city went crazy. Where to run? Ponytail girl asked pantingly. I looked around. The road is full of abandoned cars. Some doors are wide open. There was no one inside. Someone was running on the sidewalk. Someone is chasing. I can't tell who is a normal person, who is infected. First, find a place to hide first. We ran east along John Y Street, passing by a convenience store. The glass door was smashed. It was a mess inside. Several people were snatching the last supplies on the shelves. Water. Give me the water. Get away. This is what I got first. The two men fought over a box of mineral water. One of them picked up the bottle from the shelf, slammed another person's head. Blood splattered out. The person who fell to the ground twitched a few times and stopped moving. The man who hit the man was stunned for a few seconds. Then he picked up Xing Shang Shui and ran away. The coat of civilization was so easily torn apart. Stop looking. Let's go. I pulled the girl and continued running. It took about 10 minutes. My lungs were about to explode. Ponytail girls are even worse. She held onto the railing on the side of the road, coughing violently. No, can't run anymore. I'm dying too. The effects of adrenaline are wearing off. Fear and exhaustion come up like a tide. Must find a place to rest. There is a residential community in front. The door is tight. The security booth was pitch black. I can't tell if there is anyone. Oh, there. We ran to the gate of the community. The iron door is locked. The small door next to it was also closed. Is there anyone? I slapped the window of the security booth. Let's get in. No response. Footsteps came from behind him. Look back. Several infected people were staggering towards this side. Find a way. The ponytail girl's voice was crying. I looked at the gate. He looked at the wall next to him again. The wall is more than 2 meters high. There is also an iron fence on it. Climb the wall. I'm afraid of heights. Fear of heights and climb. I climbed up first and rode on the wall. Then reach out and pull her. Her hands are herring. Several times I didn't grasp it. The infected are getting closer. Hurry up. She was idle. Climb up with your hands and feet. I pulled her hard. The muscles in the arms are burning. Finally, he pulled her up. I jumped down first and one didn't stand still and fell to the ground. Severe pain in his right ankle. Damn. The ponytail girl was still sitting on the wall and did not dare to jump. They're coming. She gritted her teeth and jumped down with idle eyes. I stood up and picked her up. Both fell to the ground. The roar of the infected came from outside the wall. There was also the sound of nails scratching the iron door. Her feet, she saw me limping. It's okay, I can go. I gritted my teeth and said, the community is quiet. The street lights are still on, but no one could be seen. We found a building with the door closed. Pushed the door open. Corridor was dark. Is there anyone? I shouted in a low voice. The echoed in the corridor. Lighting with a mobile phone is no longer possible. We can only go up in the dark. There was something sticky on the stairs. Not sure what it is. I don't dare to think about it. Climb to the 3rd floor and see a door open. It's a model room, the ponytail girl said. Indeed, there is also a label on the door for a visit to the model house. We walked in and quickly closed the door. There is simple furniture in the house, but obviously it is only for display. The sofa was covered with a layer of disgust. It looks like no one has been here for a long time. I limped to the window, carefully opened the curtains a little, and look out. On the road of the community downstairs, a few figures were wandering. It is impossible to see whether it is a person or an infected person. In the distance, the city skyline, several fires soared into the sky. What do we do now? Ponytail girl, sitting on the sofa. Hold your knees. I don't know. The phone is out of power and no one can be contacted. Outside world is already in chaos. We are like two hamsters trapped in a cage, not knowing what awaits us outside the cage. First, let's see what is available here. We started searching for rooms. There is a model refrigerator in the kitchen, open IT. There were 3 bottles of mineral water and 2 apples. It should have been left by the last visitor. Girl said, 3 bottles of water, 2 apples. That's all we have. The curtains in the living room are thick. We took it off as a quilt. If there are no pillows, replace them with sofa cushions. My name is Lin Yue, the girl said suddenly. My name is Chuan. After a simple self-introduction, we fell silent again. The sound outside did not stop. Screams, explosions, and the roar of helicopters. Every voice reminds us the outside world is no longer safe. You say what the hell is going on? Lin Yue asked in a low voice. I don't know. I shook my head. Virus, biological and chemical weapons. Still is the bereaved household. She took over. She was a lost person, right? Just like in the movie. I didn't deny it, because, except for zombies, I can't think of anything else that can explain everything in front of me. Will we die? Voice was sending out materials. I looked at her through the faint light outside the window. I could see the fear in her eyes. No, it won't. I said, although I don't believe it. The army will come. The government will control the situation. She nodded. It seems that he wants to get some comfort from my posthumous words. It's late at night. We took turns keeping vigil and sleeping alone. A person approached the door. But in fact, no one can sleep. Every subtle sound makes our nerves tense. The sound of footsteps in the corridor, the sound of the wind blowing the windows, and the sound of explosions in the distance. The night was too long. In the early morning, Lin Yue suddenly had a stomach. I want to go to the toilet. There is no water in the toilet in the model room, and the toilet is dry. Use a bucket. I found a bucket of paint left over from the renovation. She blushed. You. I turned around and walked to the balcony. There was more fire outside. The whole city is like a giant torch, burning in the night. Is this what the end of the world looks like? When dawn broke, we couldn't hold on, leaning on the sofa and falling asleep in a daze. Then I was awakened by a violent knock on the door. Bang! We both woke up at the same time, glanced at each other. Eyes are full of fear. The knocking stopped. Then there is the sound of the doorknob turning. The door is locked, but the county is the lock of the model house. The quality is average. Revel. The doorknob is still turning. I motioned for Lin Yue not to make a sound. Quietly walked to the door. Look out from the cat's eye. There was a person standing outside. No, that's not human. It was wearing a security uniform. But half of his face was rotten. Expose the white bones. It mechanically turns the door handle. Like a broken robot. I held my breath and didn't dare to move. About 5 minutes passed. It could also be 5 hours. Time becomes meaningless. It finally gave up. Shuffled away. We dare to gasp for breath. Does it know that we are inside? Lin Yue's voice trembled. I don't know. I leaned against the door, sweat soaking through my clothes. It could just be random. But We all know that. Maybe not so lucky next time. Must get out of here. The sun is rising, but it didn't bring any hope. Through the gaps in the curtains, I see more infected people downstairs. They wander aimlessly. Occasionally, they come together because of a certain sound. Then it disperses again. We are almost running out of water. Lin Yue looked at the last bottle of mineral water. It is food. 2 apples. We ate 1 each. Now the stomach is empty, hungry, and panicked. You have to go out to find supplies. I say, her eyes widened. Are you crazy? So much out there. Something. Staying here is also waiting for death. She was silent. We all know that I am telling the truth. There is no food, no water. We can't last long. Does the phone have a signal? She asked. I found an outlet. I found that there is still electricity in the competition. Hurry up and charge your phone. After turning on the computer, signals come and go. There are dozens of unread messages in WeChat. Why did they all send it late? Mom, silently. Where are you? Go home quickly. Silently. Reply to mom when you see the message. Me, when I see the message, reply to my mother of, son, you must be safe. Last one is at 2 o'clock in the morning today. Mom and dad are stuck at home. Don't come out to flatten. If you see the message, survival is the most important thing. Mom loves you. My eyes were warm. Lin Yue was also looking at his mobile phone. Tears fell down. My boyfriend. Why is he working overtime late? The phone can't get through now. We tried to call the phone port. It's either busy or can't be connected. The internet can barely connect. Open the news app. The headlines read. Pay attention to the headlines, and it is written that the clean officials know how to trust. The attention headlines read. Urgent notice. City has entered a state of first level alert. Members of the public are advised not to go out. Waiting for rescue frequently. The following news is even more desperate. There have been unexplained attacks in many places, and hospitals are overcrowded. The medical system is on the verge of collapse, and the army has entered the city. Safe zones are being established. The last one gives us hope. Where is the safe zone? Lin Yue asked eagerly. I continued to scroll down. Finally, I found it. A temporary security zone is set up in the Olympic Park. Members of the public can go on their own. Pay attention to safety on the road. Olympic Park. It is at least 15 kilometers from here. In peacetime, this distance is nothing. But now, we have to find a way to get a car. I say, how to do it? I thought about it. Underground garage. Lin Yue's face turned pale. Underground garage. Will there be? How do you know if you don't try? In fact, I don't have a bottom in my heart, but thinking is better than walking. We prepared it briefly. I found a mop rod as a weapon. Lin Yue took a kitchen knife. It looks ridiculous, but it's better than nothing. Remember, I told her I met something from the county. Don't hesitate. Gun straight. Don't think about war. We can't beat it. She nodded. Open the door gently. The corridor was quiet. We walked downstairs with our hands and feet. When on the second floor, I heard the sound of a TV coming from a certain room. Some are still alive. But we didn't stop. Lobby on the first floor. There was a pile of blood on the ground that had dried wine. The entrance to the underground garage is next to the hall. The iron door was closed. It was black and rumbling inside. Oh, forget it. Lin Yue pulled the corner of my clothes. I swallowed. That's it. Push open the door. A rancid smell came to my face. I almost threw up. Illuminate with your phone's flashlight. Go down the slope. Be careful every step of the way. Fear of alarming something. The underground garage is huge. There were a lot of cars parked, but most of the doors are locked. Xingbian, Lin Yue whispered. A white Audi. The driver's door was open. We walked over quickly. The car keys are still inserted into it. Great. When I pulled the car door, a household body rolled out. It's a middle-aged man. Visible bite marks on the neck. Lin Yue screamed. Hurry up. And shut up. But it was too late. A roar of response came from the depths of the garage. Get in the car. I dragged the household out. Jump into the driver's seat. Lin Yue climbed into the CO pilot. Slam the door. Start the car in a hurry. The engine shook twice. The engine was turned off. Quick. Lin Yue's voice was crying. Several figures rushed out of the darkness. Ignite again. This time, it was a success. I'm on file. Step on the accelerator. The car rushed out. An infected person pounces on the hood. Dead to us. His face is attached to the windshield. Saliva and blood mixed together. A piece of paste. Lin Yue screamed. I slammed the steering wheel. At the same time, brake sharply. Infected were thrown out. Can't take care of it. Keep opening. Frantically, fleeing along the passage of the garage. In the rearview mirror, more infected people caught up. Finally, I saw the light of the exit. Rush out of the underground garage. The sun pierced my eyes. The scene on the street is worse than it was Leighton. Crashed cars, corpses everywhere, and the wandering infected. Some buildings are still smoking. The smell of burnt is in the air. Where to drive? Lin Yue asked. I tried to recall the route. First I climbed the third ring road, then head north. But it's easy to say. It's hard to do. The road is full of obstacles. Abandoned cars are blocked on the road. Some places just can't get through. We can only take a detour. Walk through the alleys. Be careful. An infected person suddenly rushed out of the roadside. I slammed the steering wheel. The car brushed against the wall and drove over. The mirror was knocked off. I'm sorry. I should have looked at the road. Lin Yue blamed himself. I don't blame you. I drive with concentration. Help me watch the navigation. The navigation on the phone still works, but many roads show congestion. Can only try little by little by. It was open for about 20 minutes. The lights on the fuel gauge came on. Damn. I have to find a gas station. The nearest gas station is 2 kilometers away. When we arrived, it was found that the gas station had been looted. Glass in the convenience store was all broken. The shelves fell to the ground. Several corpses lay horizontally. Can the grease gun still be used? Lin Yue asked. I got out of the car to check. Grease guns are good, but someone needs to operate it in a convenience store. Can you drive? I asked Lin Yue. Will a little, but it's not familiar. Listen to me. I gave her the car keys. Went in and turned on the oil pump. If there is danger, you just drive. Leave me alone. I won't leave you behind. Obedient. I looked at her seriously. Survival is the most important thing. That's... Remember, she bit her lip. Take the key. I hold the mop bar. Carefully walk into the convenience store. It was a mess inside. Behind the cash register. Found the control panel of the oil pump. K and electricity. I researched it. The start button was pressed. Yes. I shouted outside. Lin Yue began to cheer. I took the opportunity to loot in a convenience store. And a few bottles of water and some cookies. There are also 2 power banks. I was getting ready to go out. Heard Lin Yue's scream. Rush out and take a look. Several infected people were coming from across the road. Lin Yue hurriedly hung up the oil gun. I threw things into the car. Push her into the car. I'll open it. The engine starts. Infected person is already very close. We left the gas station at high speed. The road behind was a little smoother, probably because it is getting farther and farther away from the city center. There are fewer infected people, but new problems arose. High-speed entrance in front, blocked by military trucks. Several soldiers with guns stood behind the barricades. Hark! A voice came from the loudspeaker. All get out of the car for inspection. We glanced at each other. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Finally, I met the army. I slowly drove the car over. Stop at the designated location. A soldier came over. Get out! Hands up. We do so. Another soldier was scanning us with some kind of instrument. Normal body temperature. He said, "Have you been bitten or scratched?" Yes. We answer at the same time. Roll up your sleeves. I'm going to check. Although it is a bit embarrassing. But we did it. After confirming that there is a wound on the thigh. The soldier's attitude softened a little. Where are you going? Safe area of the Olympic Park, I say. The soldier shook his head. It was full. The current temporary security zone is in Shanya. Drive along this road. About 20 kilometers. Full. Lin Yue's voice trembled a little now. Why did too many people pour in lately? It is already overloaded. The soldier explained. Feel relieved. Shunyi has sufficient supplies. It's safe. We have no choice. Can only trust him. Thank you. Wait a minute. The soldier stopped us. 2 bottles of water and some compressed cookies were taken from the truck. Be careful on the road. Infected people have phototaxis. Do not turn on the lights at night. Infected, that's those people who mutate after being bitten. The soldier's expression was a little complicated. Remember, they are no longer human. Net, don't hesitate. We nodded. Get back on the bus. Drive out of the checkpoint. Lin Yue asked, you think, is there really a safe place? I clenched the steering wheel. There must be. But in my heart, I'm not sure either. World is changing too fast. Yesterday, at this time, still worried about the deadline of the project. And now, survival became the only goal. The car continued to drive forward. A choppy sound came from the radio. Please stay calm. The army is safe zone. Survivors, please go there. The signal is too poor. I can't hear the full content. The road is getting harder and harder. Not because of traffic jams. It is because of the household. They lie horizontally on the road. Some are still moving. I could only bite the bullet and drive over. Try not to think about the sound coming from under the tires. Lin Yue's face turned pale. Hold on to the handrail. Do you want to stop and take a break? She shook her head. Keep going. I'm fine, but I can see it. She couldn't hold on any longer. Actually, so am I. Adrenaline has long been exhausted. Now support us. There's only the instinct to survive. A sign for a service area appeared ahead. Go to the service area and take a break. I say, just 10 minutes. Lin Yue did not object this time. The service area looks abandoned. There are several cars parked sporadically in the parking lot. No one was in sight. We parked our car carefully. Get out of the car with a weapon. The door to the service area is open. It's pitch black inside. Do you want to go in? I shook my head. Just rest in the car. We get back to the car. Lock the door. Lin Yue opened a pack of biscuits. Hand me half. Thank you, she said suddenly. Thank you for what? Thank you for saving me. On the subway. If you hadn't told me, I probably have. Don't talk about this. I interrupted her. We are all alive. That's enough. She smiled. The smile is reluctant. You think my boyfriend's still alive? I don't know how to answer. Must be alive. At last, I chose a well-intentioned posthumous title. She nodded. Tears rolled in his eyes. We sat quietly like this, eating dry cookies. Pink warm water. Window. Sunset. The bloody afterglow sprinkled on the abandoned service area. It's like an elegy for this world. It's time to go and rest for half an hour. Sky gradually darkened. Remembering what the soldiers said, we must find a safe place before dark. Just started the car. Lin Yue suddenly pointed ahead. There are people in the county. Indeed, there is a figure swaying at the exit of the service area. I slowed down. Be careful when approaching. It is a living person. Fat man in a dirty jacket. He was pushing a shopping cart full of supplies. See our car. He was stunned for a moment, then waved desperately. Help, help, I hesitated. Don't stop, Lin Yue, said Phil. What if it's a trap? But the fat man had already dropped his shopping cart and ran towards us. I ran a few steps. In the service area building behind him, rush out of several infected people. Please, the fat man shouted as he ran. Save him, I said. You are crazy. He pushed so many supplies that he hadn't lost. It shows that he doesn't want to harm us. I stopped the car. Roll down the windows. Get in the car quickly, and the fat man ran over with a roll. Open the back door and get in. Thanks, thanks. He wheezes And leaves. It was almost over. I kicked the accelerator. The car rushed out of the service area. In the rearview mirror, several infected people in Xing are still chasing. It was quickly thrown away. What is your name, I ask. Wang Lei. The fat man wiped his sweat. You are good people. There are not many people willing to save people now. You are alone. Lin Yue turned around and asked. Wang Le nodded. I originally had a companion. An hour ago. We looked for food in the service area. He was bitten. There was silence in the car. Where are you going? Wang Le asked. Shunyi's safe zone. I was also excited by him. I just heard on the radio that there was a safe zone there. Just went to Xingbian. I was riding an electric car. As a result, the power was gone. What do you do? I asked casually. Wang Le, who delivered food, was a little embarrassed. Don't look down on food delivery. I am the single king of this area. Lin Yue smiled. No one looks down on you. The atmosphere is a little more relaxed. By the way, Wang Le took out a few pieces of chocolate from his pocket. Do you want to eat? Just found it in the service area. Though the fat man doesn't look very reliable, but he is indeed a real person. It was completely dark. Follow the soldier's advice. I turned off the lights. Drive only by the faint moonlight. It's slow, but safety first. There seemed to be fire in front of Lin Yue said. Truly, night sky ahead is red. The more you open up, the brighter the fire. Turn a corner. We all gasped. The whole village was burning. The figure of the infected can be seen wandering in the firelight. Some still have fire on their bodies, but they don't seem to feel any pain. Continue to move around mechanically. Take a detour, Wang Le whispered. I turn around. Be prepared to take a detour from the path next to it. But the path is narrow. Both sides are farmland. It didn't go far. An overturned truck appeared in front, completely blocked the road. Lin Yue called me to swing the reverse gear, but there were also infected people behind. Us surrounded. Get out of the car and run. We abandoned the car and run away. Infected people poured in from all directions under the moonlight. Wang Le pointed to Tian gang here. We ran in the fields, 1 foot deep and 1 foot shallow. The soil is soft. Every step is tough. Ning Yu suddenly fell. Wang Le and I continued to run with him on one side, but the infected are getting closer. Just when I thought it was going to end, gunshots were heard ahead. Several infected people fell to the ground in response. A flashlight shines over. Is it a living person? We are living people. Ooh. Shouted to follow me. A figure appeared on the field stalk. He could be seen wearing camouflage in the moonlight. We ran with him. His movements are professional. Turn around and shoot while running. Every shot hits the infected in the head. There was a military jeep parked next to the field. We got into the car. The camouflage man jumped into the driver's seat. He rushed out with a foot on the accelerator. Thank you for panting. No need to thank the man and don't look back. Survivors could help each other. The voice was calm. It seems that he is used to this kind of scene. He is also a soldier. Lin Yue asked the retired man for a short answer. Now volunteer in the safe zone. Come out to find supplies. How far is the safe zone? It's not far away. It's about 10 kilometers. Hear the news. We were all relieved. My name is Li Wei. The man introduced himself. As for you, we reported our names in turn. You're in luck. Li Cheng said that few people dare to come out at night. Some things in the county more are active at night. We don't know. It's good to be alive. Li Wei glanced in the rearview mirror. None of them were hurt. It's good if you don't have that. Strict inspection should be carried out when entering the safe area. All wounds will be isolated. The car was speeding in the night. Li Wei's driving skills are very good. Even without a headlight, it can also accurately avoid obstacles on the road. What about the safe zone? Wang Le asked if he could still go. Levi's answer was very concise. There is food and drink. There are too many people. How many people? Yesterday's statistics were more than 30,000. There must be more today. 30,000 people is indeed a lot for 1,000 temporary security zones. Do you have a family? Levi asked suddenly. This question silenced the car again. Finally, I spoke, but lost contact. Levi nodded, did not continue to ask. In the last days, the basics of losing contact are forever separated. Lights appeared ahead. Xing is an area fenced off with barbed wire. The searchlight kept strafing. At the entrance, there were armored vehicles and guns. Soldiers arrived. Li Cheng said that our hearts were lifted. Is it safe? Is it really safe? The car stopped at the entrance. All got out of the car for inspection. The same process as before. Take your temperature and check the wound. Registration information. Welcome to Shuni Temporary Security Zone. The soldier's face was expressive. Someone will take you to the quarantine area later. Remember that the first 3 days are observation periods. Don't walk around the quarantine area. Lin Yue was a little nervous. Standard procedure. Levi explained. Make sure no infected people come in. Rest assured the conditions are okay. A staff member came over and took us inside. Safe zone is bigger than I thought. Rows of tents are neatly arranged. There is a temporary road in the middle, although simple, but at least there is order. You can see a lot of people on the road. Some are queuing up to receive supplies. Some sit outside the tent in a daze. Everyone's face is full of fatigue and confusion. The new one is here. Staff member. Into an area separated by plastic sheeting. There are already quite a few people inside. A large tent on one side for men and women separately. If there is no abnormality after 3 days, you can go to the formal resettlement area. The staff said 2 meals a day, 7 in the morning, and 5 in the afternoon. The water hits itself on the edge of Xing. Find the staff on duty at the door if you have something to do. After saying that, he left. 4 of us stood there. I don't know what to do for a while. That Wangla scratched his head. Let's separate here. It is true that men and women should live separately. See you in 3 days, I said to Lin. He nodded. There was some reluctance in his eyes. Be careful. Watch him walk into the girl's tent. I had an indescribable feeling in my heart. We had experienced too much together in the past 2 days. Although the time is short, but it feels like we've known each other for a long time. Let's go. Lin Yue patted me on the shoulder. The boys' tent was crowded. The floor is covered with thin cushions. The human race is attached to people. The air was filled with the smell of sweat and disinfectant. We found a corner and sat down. All came today. Wang Le asked the person next to him. Man glanced at us. Nodding, I arrived in the afternoon. You just arrived. Good luck. The Xing people smiled bitterly. I heard that the safe zone will not accept people from tomorrow. Why are there too many people? There are not enough supplies. This news makes people's hearts sink. If the safe zone is not safe, where can we go? If we are far away. Late at night, the cool sounds in the tent came and went. I can't sleep. My mind kept replaying what happened in the past 2 days. Repair on the subway. Chaos on the platform. The household body on the road. How could this world become like this? Turned over. Being the why he didn't sleep. He couldn't sleep and asked in a low voice. Well, normally. He said it was the first time he had experienced such a thing. It's all like that. The first time I wondered. Levi was silent for a while. I flew several special missions when I was in the army. Seen similar scenes. Similar you mean not a virus. He interrupted me. I can't say anything else. This answer confused me even more. Don't think too much. Levi said it's good to be alive. Yes, it's good to be alive. But is it really enough to live? The second day of quarantine, I saw hell. Not a metaphor. It's real hell. 4 o'clock in the morning. There was a commotion outside the tent. There was a fire. Someone shouted that we rushed out of the tent. I saw the fire rising to the sky on the other side of the safe zone. That is exactly the direction of the resettlement area. Everyone goes back to the tent. A command came from the loudspeaker not to run around. But it was too late. Panic spreads like an epidemic. Someone began to push the fence of the quarantine area. I want to escape. Let's get out. We are going to die here. The soldiers raised their guns and stepped back. Everyone stepped back. In the midst of chaos, I saw something even more terrifying. There are figures moving in the firelight. Not fleeing from the fire. It's chasing. The person who flees is the infected. Someone screamed. How can there be infected people in the safe zone? The answer was soon revealed. Someone in the quarantine area has mutated. A staff member ran over. Face turned pale. Why did a few people burst into wounds late at night? Then the gunshots. The soldiers began to shoot. Infected people rushing to the quarantine area. But there are too many. Retreat everyone to the east gate. The crowd began to run. I was looking for Lin Yue in the chaos. Lin Yue. I shouted. Li Chuan. Thank God. She was not far away. I squeezed through the crowd. Take his hand. Follow me. Wang Le. And Li Wei also leaned over. Li Wei pointed in a direction. There are few people in the county. He ran with him. Li Cheng is worthy of being a veteran. He chose a route to avoid crowds. The infected were also avoided. But running and running. I noticed something was wrong. We are running deep into the safe zone, not outward. Li Wei was in the wrong direction. Believe me, he won't look back. There is no choice but to follow Li Wei. Take us to a supply warehouse. The guard at the door had already run in it. The warehouse is full of all kinds of supplies. Food, water, medicine. There are even weapons. Take what you can use. Li Wei began to pack supplies into his bag. Shouldn't we escape? Lin Yue asked to escape. Where to escape? Li Wei asked rhetorically. It was full of infected people outside. To go out is to die. Xing, we are hiding here. For the time being, Li Wei checked the firearms. Wait for the outside to be quiet. Let's find another way. It makes sense that we started collecting supplies. I took a hiking bag, equipped with a water-compressed biscuit flashlight battery. Lin Yue found the medical kit. Wang Lidao ran to the food area. Don't take too much. Li Wei reminded. It's too heavy to run suddenly. The door of the warehouse was knocked open. Several people ran in. They caught up with the door when it was about to close. We closed the door together. Hold it up with a shelf. There was a banging outside the door. It won't last long. One of the newcomers said. I took a closer look at the 3 of them. 2 sons and 1 daughter. All wear work clothes in the safe zone. You are the staff. The man at the head smiled bitterly. I am from the medical team. This is from the logistics team. This is from the registration group. How could this be? Lin Yue asked if the safe zone was not safe. The doctor shook his head. Where's there absolutely safe? This is the consequence of Guanliuism. The sound of the impact outside the door grew louder and louder. Is there a back door? Wang Le asked someone from the logistics team and said, but the words were not finished. There was also a knock on the door. We're surrounded. On the roof, Li Wei said decisively. The warehouse has a ladder leading to the roof. We climbed up. The roof can see the tragic situation of the entire safe zone. There are fires and running figures everywhere. Gunshots, screams, and explosions mixed together. Refuge of the meeting was turned into a slaughterhouse. It's all done. The woman in the registration team slumped on the ground. It's not over. Li Wei observes the surroundings. A hole was blown open in the eastern wall. We can go out from Jingli, but to reach the gap to the east, you must pass through most of the safe zone. I have a power method. The people in the logistics team said, there's a transport truck in the warehouse. The key is with me. It's easy to do it if you have a car. We go back to the warehouse. The infected have already slammed open the front door. Is wandering inside. It must be decided quickly. Here I took the lead. Precise design. We followed and ran to the garage. A military truck was parked there. People from the logistics team all got into the car and started the car. The others climbed into the car and sat down. The truck robe roared out of the garage. It was a hellish sight outside. The infected person threw himself on the truck and was knocked away. Some climbed onto the body. We used various tools to beat it down. Lin Yue grabbed my arm tightly. The face turned pale. It's okay, we can go out. I comforted him, but I don't believe it myself. The truck rampaged. The final trunk approached the gap in the east, but a large number of infected people gathered at the gap and rushed over. One shouted. The driver gritted his teeth. Step on the gas pedal to the bottom. The truck is like a mad beast. Crash into the crowd of infected. The violent impact left us stumbling. The doctor didn't grasp it. Fell out of the car body. It was too late for the doctors. He was instantly overwhelmed by the infected. The truck rushed out of the encirclement. But the engine is smoking. It won't last long. The driver shouted that there was a forest ahead. To the woods. Lin Yue commanded the truck to drive into the woods. Finally, the fire was extinguished. We jumped out of the car and continued to run away. The safe zone behind him has completely collapsed. The fire reflected half the sky. We run together. Run together. I can't run anymore. In a grove, we stopped to rest. 7 people came out. Now there are only 6 left. The person in the logistics team is called Zhang Qian. The woman in the boarding crew is called Lu Mai. Now what? Wan Lei asked pantingly. No one answered. Because no one knows the answer. The safe zone is gone. We have become bereaved dogs again. Find a place to rest first. Lin Yue said to make plans after dawn. We found a hidden place in the woods, leaning faintly next to me. My whole body was still shaking. I'm sorry, he whispered. Why the Daoist style? If it weren't for saving me, you may have escaped. Don't be stupid, I hold his hand. We are in this together. He looked at me. There were tears in his eyes. The moonlight shines through the gaps in the leaves. In this crazy world, we can only rely on each other. You think you suddenly heard the sound of an engine in the distance. Is it a convoy? Or an army? Liu Mai is full of hope. Li Yue shook his head. Like the sound of a military vehicle. It is not like this. The convoy is getting closer. Through the gaps in the trees, we saw a strange convoy. A wide variety of modified vehicles. Machine guns were mounted on it. The people in the car are dressed differently, but all with weapons. It is a survivor organization. Li Yue frowned. Isn't that a good thing? Wan Luan may not, necessarily. Li Yue's expression was very serious. In the last days, sometimes people are more terrifying than the infected. The convoy stopped in the boss safety zone not far away. Played. Someone is reporting good things. A rough voice sounded. King was too strict in his management. It's good now. The whole of Shunyi is ours. Those materials will be moved tomorrow morning. Remember to see the living. Men kill women and stay. There was a burst of laughter. I felt Lin Yue's hand sending materials. These people are more terrifying than the infected, because the infected just want to eat you, and they want more. The convoy finally drove away. We hid in the woods for another hour. After ensuring safety, the book dares to come out. Li Yue said I can't stay here for a long time. Xing and the others would definitely come back tomorrow. Where to go to search for melons? Zhan Wal asked Li Yue, and thought for a while. Head north. I heard that there is a large security base in Xingbi and Chengdiao. It is managed by the military region, more than 100 kilometers away. Everyone was silent. More than 100 kilometers is nothing in normal times. But now every kilometer can be deadly. Is there a better option? Li Yue asked rhetorically. If not, then that's it. Say that recitation is better than waiting for death. The others nodded in agreement. We started preparing supplies. Redistribution. Each person is responsible for a part. There are too few weapons. Only Li has a gun. Others can only hold a temporarily found Cheng stick. Remember that Li Yue told Yilu not to trust anyone. Hide when you see people. When you see a car, hide it. Unless absolutely necessary. Don't expose yourself. The sky was slightly bright. We set off. Avoid the main road. Follow the path. Took about 2 hours. A village appeared in front of it. Going around, Li Yue said, but Liu Mai couldn't hold on. I can't walk. He kicked last night. One is holding on. Take a break, I say. We rest in an abandoned canteen at the entrance of the village. The store has been looted, but at least it can protect from the wind and rain. I'll go outside and take a look. Levi said I'll go with you. I stood up. You don't need to rest. Levi went out, leaning faintly against the corner. Idle eyes. The experience of these 2 days. For him, a kindergarten teacher. It's too cruel. I handed him the kettle for some water. He took the water, drank in small sips. Do you think we can live to Chengda? He asked if he could. I said firmly, smiled bitterly. You don't believe it yourself. I was speechless. In fact, I'm not afraid of death. He continued. I'm just unwilling. There is still a lot left undone. A lot of words were not said. Don't think so. My boyfriend must have been. He stiffened his swallowing. We were going to get married this year. I don't know how to comfort him. In the last days, all consolation pales in vain. At least I said softly. You still have good memories. He looked at me. Tears finally flowed down. I reached out. Hold him gently. He cried silently in my arms. At this time, Li Yue's voice came from outside. Come out quickly, there is a situation. We rushed out. Li Yue pointed into the distance. A convoy came over. And sure enough, in the dust, several cars were driving this way. Hide, But it's too late. Li Jeep stopped in front of us. A few people jumped out of the car, all with guns. Don't move, we raise our hands. After that, you escaped from the safe zone. The leader asked. Levi nodded. Yes, how about the safe zone? After Li Changjian was finished, he should have kept his face silent for a while. Wave your hand and put down the gun. The men put away their guns. Where are you going? And Levi replied. Chenda smiled. Don't go there. It fell 3 days ago. The news was like a sunny day. It is impossible for Zhangqiang to shout. County is a military district. What happened to the military district? The infected person doesn't care if you are in the military region or not. Despair once again enveloped us. Come with us. 8 Faces said suddenly. What? We have a stronghold. It's safe for the time being. 8 Faces looked at us. Look like honest people. Our stronghold needs manpower. Levi and I exchanged glances. This could be a trap. But we don't have a choice, head. That is good. A subordinate looked at Lin Yue with a smile. Yan Sui scolded his face. We are serious about survival, not a plaque. This made me feel a little relieved. Hello. 8 Faces. Say hello. Li Cheng made the decision for us. We got into the truck. The convoy moved on. My name is Chen Gang. 8 Faces introduced themselves. We used to open a logistics company. How many of you? Levi asked more than 30 questions. Chen Gang said that they all fled from all over the world. There are rules. And don't cause trouble. Everyone can live. Where is the stronghold? An abandoned factory. Chen Gang lit a cigarette. The place is good to defend. There is also underground wood. The car drove for more than an hour. Many corpses and abandoned vehicles were seen on the road. Smoke was still coming from some places. This world is really over. A factory appeared in front of him. There are guards with guns at the gate. Seeing the convoy open the door. The factory is bigger than I thought. Several factory buildings have been converted into living quarters. Someone was training in the open space in the middle. Someone is sorting out the supplies. Looks like a serious survivor indeed. The stronghold Lao Chen is back. Someone shouted Chen Gang to jump out of the car. All come over to introduce you to the new members. People gathered around. There are men, women, and children. Seems that they are all ordinary people. These people are from the Shunye security zone. After Chen Gang was introduced, he became his own person. What is the situation in the safe zone? Someone asked if it fell. The crowd exclaimed, okay, it's all gone. Chen Gang waved his hand. Xiao Liu took them to arrange accommodation. A young man came over. Come with me. Took us to a factory. The man lives here. The woman lives over there. He pointed to 2 areas. Someone will send you daily necessities later. Remember, the rules here are simple. Don't steal or rob. Help each other. Daoji, who violated the rules, was kicked out to eat. How can it be solved? Wang Le asked about the big pot of rice. 2 meals a day. Xiao Liu said that if you want to eat well, you have to go out to find supplies. Turn in half of what you find. The rest is yours. Sounds fair. After settling in, I found Lin Yue. It feels like a blessing. Fortunately, he smiled reluctantly. At least better than outside. Be careful, I remind him not to go it alone. He nodded. Dinner time. Everyone gathered in the cafeteria. Meal is simple. Western porridge with pickles. But it would be nice to have a hot meal in the last room. I observed the others while eating. Most of them looked numb. Eat mechanically. Only a few remained vigilant. A new voice sounded. I looked up and saw a tall and thin man. Yes? My name is Zhou Shao. Man sat down next to me. How long has it been? Just arrived today. Good luck. Zhou Shao lowered his voice. Although Chen Gang has many rules, but people are not bad. Much stronger than those beasts outside. It's messy outside. Cao Zhou Shao sneered. The county is hell. I've seen a group of people fight for a box of instant noodles. Killed the family of 3. My heart sank. So stay here. Zhou Chao patted me on the shoulder. Good to be alive. After eating, Chen Gang called the newlyweds together. Starting tomorrow, you will participate in labor. He said that growing vegetables is growing vegetables. Patrols. There are special newspapers. I will arrange suitable work. I will give first aid. Lin Yue raised his hand well. You go to the medical group. Chen Gang nodded. What about others? Li Cheng said that I can train newcomers to fight. Discharged from the military. Yes. Great. People like you are needed. In this way, we settled in the stronghold, although it is not a long-term solution. But at least it's safe for the time being. At night, I lay on the hard bedboard. Listen to the wind outside. I don't know how long such a day will last. I don't know if there is any hope in this world, but at least we're alive. That's enough. On the 5th day of the stronghold, something happened. That morning, I'm helping to fix the wall. Suddenly, I heard the shouts of the guards, and someone came in. Chen Gang took people out to check. 10 minutes later, they brought back 3 people. 2.5 people to be precise. One of them was seriously injured, held by the other 2. I'm in the medical room quickly. Chen Gang called the people of the forest hospital and the medical team to take over quickly. What's going on? Levi asked the person who brought it back, panting Yi. Our stronghold has been breached. Who broke it? The infected person is not a person. Xing Ren swallowed his spit. They call themselves scavengers. Kill people when they see them. Ranch up all supplies. Chen Gang's face was solemn. Did the scavengers and the others get to this? You know they've heard of it. Chen Gang nodded. A group of people who are completely crazy. They believe that the end times are the punishment of God. Clean up all survivors. There is no shortage of madmen in this world. How many of them? Levi couldn't ask clearly. At least 50 of them have guns. 50 heavily armed maniacs. And we only have more than 30 people. There are also insufficient weapons. They know. Did you run this way? Chen Gang asked the man and hesitated. May no. Air freezes instantly. Gather everyone to prepare for battle. Chen Gang ordered decisively. But It was too late. The roar of the engine came from the distance. They're coming. God to see. Through the gaps in the walls, I saw the despair of today's people. Dozen modified cars. The people in the car were all dressed in uniform black. All the old and weak women seemed to go to the basement. Chen Gang and Ten take a gun and follow me up the wall. I took Lin Yue to the basement. I need to help you. It's not too dangerous. I pushed him obediently. Go, Lin Yue, and bite her lip. There were tears in his eyes. You have to be careful. Watch her run to the basement. I picked up a rifle and climbed up the wall. The scavenger's convoy stopped outside the gate. Man wearing a honeymoon mask stands on the roof of a car with a megaphone in hand. The people inside listened. You are chosen by God. Accept evolution. The logic of the madman rolls. Chen Gang scolded the dark and the Malong mask. If you shake your head, then I will send you to hell. The war began. Bullets rained down. Lay down behind the bunker. It felt like the whole world was shaking. The ring hits a little cold. I poked my head out. A few shots were fired randomly. He quickly retracted back. The heart was about to beat out. This was my first real battle. Not infected. It is to beat the living person. Someone shouted grenades. Explode. Not far away. Shrapnel flew around. A guard was blown down. The doctors were in the basement. The situation is becoming more and more unfavorable for use. The scavenger's firepower is too fierce, and they seem to be flat, not in the ammunition consumption. The door can't hold up. Gate crumbled under heavy machine gun fire. Prepare to fight Chen Gun Hai. At this moment, Wang Le Han over. I'm going to block the door. You're crazy, I'll hold him. I think someone is leaving. The king is willing to choose to get rid of me. I deliver food. Iron fast, and didn't wait for me to react. He rushed out, holding a box of grenades. Wang Le ran behind the gate. Start stuffing grenades into the cracks in the door. The bullet hit him next to him. Stir up bursts of dust. Come back and shout. Wang Le turned around and smiled at us. Then, the insurance of all grenades was pulled. Not a loud explosion. The gate was reduced to pieces, along with Wang Lei. The explosion also blew up the two cars in front. I was stunned. The fat man who was smiling was gone. Don't keep fighting. Levi roared. I pulled the trigger with red eyes. Avenge Wang Lei. But there are too many scavengers. Poured in through the gaps that had been blown up. Withdraw to the factory. And withdraw we fight and retreat. A few more people fell. Zhang Qiu retreated for cover. Was hit in the leg. Leave me alone, you go. No one left him behind. The two people carried him and continued to run. Retreat to the homeroom. We block the door with everything we can. Where's the entrance to the basement? I asked. In the back. Chen Gang shrugged his shoulders. People in the basement must be protected. I'm going to guard the back door. Levi said I'll go with you. I followed with a few people. Just arrived at the back door. I saw a few scavengers prying the door open and firing. A burst of archery. The scavenger was temporarily repulsed. But we don't have much ammunition. How many bullets are there? Less than 100. After sending it, the walkie-talkie rang. It was Chen Gang's front door that couldn't hold on. Prepare to break through. Where to break through? Outside is all enemies. There is a dark passage in the basement. Levi said suddenly. Leads to the woods behind. How do you know? Just saw it. Levi quickly changed the bullet man. The person with the basement walked through the dark passage. We can't cover it. We'll die. Thinking is stronger than death. Li Wai looked at me. Remember what you say. There is hope to be alive. There is no time to talk about it. I rushed to the basement. Lin Yue Li Quan. He pounced on me and hugged me. Oh, quickly through the dark path. Secretly said that Li Wei was right. There is indeed a secret passage in the basement. Everyone comes with me. There were more than a dozen elderly women, children. The secret passage is very narrow. I can only walk bent over. The dark tide is warm and fearful. Fierce gunfire and explosions came from behind him. I don't know how Li Wai and the others are doing. I walked for about 10 minutes. Finally, I saw the light. The exit is in the woods. Run fast and don't look back. We ran wild in the woods. The direction of the factory behind him was in flames. Ran for a long time. I can't run anymore. The number of people counted was 15 people. This is the last survivor of more than 30 people in the stronghold. Li Yi and the others. Lin Yue asked in a low voice. I shook my head. To cover. Us. What are they all doing now? Someone asked me to look at this group of old and weak women and scholars. My heart is full of Fanran. Ben Gang Deet. Levi is dead. Wang Lei also dead. Now I have become their support. But I don't know what to do myself. Find a place to rest first. We continue walking in the woods. It was dark. And there was no food. There is no hope without water. Look there. There is indeed light in the distance. It's a spring fire. Be careful. We quietly approached the reed fire and sat a few people. Doesn't look like a scavenger. It was a soldier who said in surprise. Indeed. They are in military uniforms. I was saved. And I was about to go out. Lin Yue grabbed me. Wei pointed to the armbands of those people. No, that's not an armband for the regular army. The fake is at this time. A soldier stood up, convenient facing the woods. By firelight, I saw his face clearly. Is a scavenger. They changed their clothes. Wait here, waiting for survivors like us to throw themselves into the trap. I motioned for everyone to step back, but it was too late. There are people over there. A scavenger shouted and ran. We are dead again. The sound of chasing behind him. Lin Yue suddenly fell. My foot is broken. Not behind your back. You go. I picked her up and continued running, but I can't run fast with people on my back. Seeing that he was about to be caught up. This time a light suddenly appeared in front of him. A real military vehicle. The heavy machine gun on the car opened fire. The scavenger was beaten and fled. An officer jumped out of the car. Are you okay? This time it's true. The military armbands and equipment temperament, all real. We are survivors. I gasped for breath. Knowing this, The officer nodded. Everyone got on the bus. We take you to safety. Safe place, please. Is there still a safe place? The military vehicle was speeding in the night. I hugged Lin Yue. His feet were swollen severely. The military doctor gave him a brief treatment. Painkillers were given. Where are we going? I asked the officer. The Beijing officer replied. The largest survivor base was established there. Beijing is going back in circles. Is Beijing safe? Relatively safe. At least stronger than other places. This answer is bottomless. How's the situation across the country? Not very good, officer. Sight. But we are trying to control. Trust that everything will be fine with us. The official answer, but I can understand. At such times, giving hope is more important than telling the truth. The convoy consisted of 3 military vehicles. Carriage was packed with survivors. It's not just our batch. Some are crying softly. Some people have dull eyes. Everyone has their own story. What is lost? Lin Yue fell asleep on my shoulder. He was too tired. I looked at his sleeping face. My heart is mixed. We've been through too much together these days. From strangers to dependence. It only took a few days. Indifference compresses everything, including feelings. It's almost here, the officer said. Through the car window, I saw the outline of Beijing. Many buildings were destroyed, but you can see the lights. Lots of lights. Sing is the light of hope. The convoy stopped at a checkpoint. The checks are stricter than before. In addition to routine examinations, there are also various instrument scanning. This is the latest inspection equipment, the officer explained. It can detect infection during the incubation period. After passing the examination, we were taken to a huge complex. This used to be the Olympic Village. Now it's a survivor base. The base is huge. There are people everywhere. But orderly. There are soldiers on patrol. There are staff distributing supplies. There are medical points. There are schools that continue to civilize. You go register first. The officer pointed to a building. You will be assigned a place to live. If you need anything, you can find a staff member. Thank you, no thanks. The officer saluted. It is our duty to protect the people. Looking at his back as he left, my eyes were a little warm. After experiencing the ugliness of the county's many people, this perseverance is particularly precious. There is a long queue at the boarding point. The staff is professional. Li Chuan is 28 years old. Missing relatives. I reported my parents' names. Although there is little hope. But what if Lin Yue is 26 years old? When it was Lin Yue's turn, she reported her boyfriend's name. The staff's expressions did not change. Obviously used to this situation. You are in this together. Lin Yue and I looked at each other. Yes, the county can allocate family rooms. The staff ticked off the form. Building number B7, room 512. This is the key. We silently took the key to the family room. The room is not big, but it's very dry. There are 2 beds, a table, simple daily necessities. You can see the central square of the base from the window. Better than I thought. Yes. Silence. That we spoke at the same time. You say it first is silence again. I'm going to hit the wood. I picked up the wooden pot. Li Huan and Lin Yue stopped me. Well, thank you. Not just save me. She interrupted me. It's along the way. Thank you for not leaving me behind. I'm walking back. Sit next to her. I also want to thank you. Thank you. Let me still feel warm in this apocalypse. She looked at me. There are emotions in my eyes that I can't understand. Then she kissed me. Very light and short, like a butterfly perched on the petals. I'm sorry, she blushed. No. I held her hand. No need to say. This time I took the initiative. In this crazy world, we all need someone to rely on. You need to confirm that you are alive. You can still feel the beauty. Night fell outside the window. The lights of the base are on, like the stars. Do you think the world will be okay? Lin Yue leaned into my arms and asked. Yes, I stroked his hair. Definitely. Lie is true. This time, as long as someone is there is hope. She didn't speak, just hugged me tightly. The next day, we started a new life. The base arranges work for everyone. Was assigned to the convoy because I could drive. Lin Yue continued to do medical work. In the morning, we went to the cafeteria to eat together. Although it is just simple porridge and steamed buns, but the dust can be in front of the dry table. Eat in the normal way. It's already happiness. Are you going out today? Lin Yue asked. Yes. Go to the airport to pick up supplies. Careful. I pinched her face. The task of meeting the convoy at night is not easy, but relatively safe. We have armed escorts. The road has also been cleared. Occasionally scattered infected people are encountered, but it does not pose a threat. More often than not, it's looking out the window at the dilapidated city is in a daze. This city will pass through Lebanon. Now it looks like a huge grave foundation, but there is occasional hope in the ruins. Someone grows vegetables on the rooftop. Someone is clearing the streets. Someone is repairing wires. Human resilience is beyond imagination. Return to base at night. Lin Yue has already prepared the meal. Use the forest material rationed by the base. She made tomato egg noodles. Taste the ordinary noodles, but eat in your mouth. I wanted to cry happily. Is it delicious? I didn't put salt on the lies I found in this book. It really doesn't taste good. We looked at each other and laughed. You can still laugh like this in the last days. One good day passes. Base is becoming more and more perfect. With power generation equipment. With a water purification system. With farmers. There are even schools. The children resumed classes. Although the outside world is still dangerous. But life within the walls gradually normalized. Good news came on the radio one day. Scientists have developed antibodies. Clinical trials are underway. Whole base boiled. People hugged each other and cried. What antibodies mean? Everyone knows it. It means the beginning of a counterattack. It means that we can really survive. Xingtian night. A small celebration was held at the base. Bonfire music and dance. People forget the pain for a while. Laugh to the fullest. Do you dance? I stretched out my hand to Lin Yue. I won't. They swayed stupidly, stepping on each other's feet. But what does it matter? By the end of the spring, be able to dance with the person you love. It is the greatest happiness. Li Chuan, I love you. I was stunned for a moment. This is the first time she has said these 3 words. I love you too. Amid the cheers of the crowd, we kiss. The mouth is full of the smell of disinfectant water. But that's the taste of being alive. It is the taste of hope. Half a year later, the antibody was successfully developed. Mass vaccination began. The number of infected people has decreased sharply. The army began to retake Vancouver. Cities were cleaned up and rebuilt. Good news is on the radio every day. Shanghai base was established. Guangzhou resumed communications. Chengdu airport reopened. The world is slowly recovering. Although there is still a long way to go. Although there are still many difficulties. But at least we see the light of day. 161:15. Lin Yue and I held 16 in the chapel of the base. Lin Yue and I held it in the chapel of the base. The wedding was held. There are no fancy wedding dresses. There are no luxurious banquets. There are only simple vows and sincere blessings. In good times and bad, regardless of health disease. I will love you too. Protect you until death separates us. When the vows are spoken, I remembered the bits and pieces of this journey. Encounters on the subway. Pendants on the road to death. Love in the base. The end does not tear us apart. Instead, it makes us cherish each other more. You can kiss the bride. In everyone's applause. I kissed my wife. This time, there was no smell of disinfectant water, only the taste of happiness. After the wedding, we returned to our cabin. A map is posted on the wall, marks where we want to go, and the world is fully restored. Let's go on a trip. Lin Yue said yes. You can go anywhere. I want to see the sea. Then go see the sea. The setting sun outside the window. But this is not the end of the sunset. It is the sunset before the new day. I held Lin Yue's hand, looking out the window. The streets of the base are full of people. Someone is chatting. Someone is walking. Someone is walking the dog. It's like the apocalypse never happened. But we all know that he happened. Those who have passed away. Those horrific memories. Those desperate moments. All have existed because of the darkness. Cherish the light because it was close to death. Love life more. What are you thinking? Lin Yue asked, thinking. It's good to be alive. He smiled. Yes, it's good to be alive. Night fell. The lights of the base are on. In this new world, we will continue to live with hope and love. The far